small shop owner has bought in the Santa or in any Raitu Bazaar.
एक ही जगह पे मिलके those type of plastics are known as thermosetting plastics. Comparison, there are 3 types.
Up, down, right, left.
I am not inferior to anyone.
We are Clarus. We are top on the Everest. Congratulations.
I want to be a leader.
Good afternoon, Sweros. My name is Harshini Swero, studying 2nd MPC at Dr. B.R. Ambedkar Junior College, Khammam. Today, let us discuss about a very interesting topic from Junior Inter Physics. Okay friends, look here. What are these? Yes, these are the pieces of paper. Okay, observe me. What did I do? Yes, I blew air over these papers. When air blew over these papers, what we observe? Yes, the papers are raised and scattered on the floor. Similarly, when air blown fast over a paper, it rises and scattered on the floor. Okay, Sweros, see this example. Air is blown fast over a paper. What happens? Okay, Sweros, observe here. The papers are rising. We can observe the rising of papers. Okay, friends. Similarly, we celebrate Independence Day and Republic Day. What do we do on these national festivals? Yes, we hoist flag. When we hoist flag, it flutters. Do you know what is the reason for fluttering of flag? Yes, the reason is blowing of air. When wind blows fast over the flag, it flutters. Okay, Sweros, see here. When wind is blowing, flag flutters. Sweros, observe this. When wind blows over the flag, it flutters. Okay, friends. Generally, we await for the train, right? So imagine that you stand close to a fast moving train. Then how do you feel? We get a push towards the track, right? Okay, see, Sweros. A woman standing close to the track gets a push towards the track when the train is moving fast. When a woman standing close to the track, she gets a push towards the track when the train is moving fast. Okay, friends. By observing these 3 examples, we came to know what is the reason for flag fluttering, train attracting us, papers rising and papers blowing. Do you know what is the reason for all these things? Yes, it is explained by a scientist, Bernoulli, and the reason is pressure difference. Okay, Sweros, today let us learn about statement and proof of Bernoulli's principle. Before learning about state and proof of Bernoulli's principle, let us learn about the scientist Bernoulli. See, friends, he is Daniel Bernoulli. He was the scientist of 17th century and he was popularly known as father of mathematical physics, and he is a Dutch Swiss mathematician and physicist. His most famous works are applications of mathematics to mechanics, especially fluid mechanics. Okay, friends. According to him, sum of kinetic energy, potential energy and pressure energy is constant. This is called law of conservation of energy in fluids. Okay, Spheros, we are well on that fluids are the substances which can flow. Gases and liquids are the examples of fluids. And we are well on the definitions of kinetic energy, potential energy, pressure energy and law of conservation of energy. Let us recall them. The first one is kinetic energy. The energy possessed by a body by virtue of its motion is called kinetic energy and it is denoted by Ke. It is denoted by Ke and the mathematical formula is Ke equals to half mv square. Spheros, we are well on that. Here m stands for mass and v stands for velocity. And the next one is potential energy. The energy possessed by a body by virtue of its position or state is called potential energy and it is denoted by Pe and the potential energy is denoted by Pe. Pe is equals to mgh. We are well on that. M stands for mass and g stands for acceleration due to gravity and h stands for height. Kinetic energy depends upon velocity and the potential energy depends upon height. And we are well on the definition of pressure energy. Pressure energy is nothing but the energy possessed by a fluid by virtue of its pressure. It is called pressure energy and it is denoted by letter P. Okay friends, let us recall them. Okay Spheros, look here, kinetic energy. Here Ke stands for kinetic energy. The energy possessed by a body by virtue of its motion is called kinetic energy and the mathematical formula is half mv squared and it depends upon velocity. And the next one is potential energy. Here Pe stands for potential energy. The energy possessed by a body due to its position is called potential energy and the mathematical formula of potential energy is mgh and it depends upon height. And the next one is pressure energy. Pressure energy is nothing but the energy possessed by a fluid by virtue of its pressure. It is denoted by P. Okay Spheros, we are well on the definition of law of conservation of energy. Let us recall it. What is law of conservation of energy? Yes, law of conservation of energy is nothing but the energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, but it can be converted from one form to another form. Okay Spheros, look here. What is law of conservation of energy? Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, but it can be converted from one form to another form. The total energy of a closed system always remains constant. Okay friends, let us learn statement and proof of Bernoulli's principle. Before going to learn about proof of Bernoulli's principle, let us discuss statement of Bernoulli's principle. And the statement is, when a non-viscous incompressible fluid flows steadily, the sum of the pressure energy, kinetic energy and potential energy per unit volume of the fluid remains constant at all points in the path of the flow, and the mathematical formula is P, pressure energy, plus rho g h, kinetic energy, plus half rho v square, sorry, rho z h potential energy and half rho v square kinetic energy is equals to constant. This is the statement of Bernoulli's principle. Okay friends, this is very important statement. So for the sake of gravity, for the sake of concentration on the definition, I want to repeat it once again. See spheros, when a non-viscous incompressible fluid flows steadily, the sum of the pressure energy, kinetic energy and potential energy per unit volume of the fluid remains constant at all points in the path of the flow. And the mathematical formula is P plus rho g h plus half rho v square is equals to constant. This is sum of pressure energy, potential energy and kinetic energy is constant. Spheros, we are well on the definitions of non-viscous, incompressible and steady flow. Okay, let us recall them. The first one is viscosity. We are well on that the property of a liquid which opposes relative motion between its layers is called viscosity. Otherwise, the liquid is said to be non-viscous. See spheros, viscosity, the property of a liquid which opposes the relative motion between its layers is called viscosity. Then the fluid is said to be viscous, otherwise the fluid is said to be non-viscous. Okay friends, and the second definition is incompressible fluid, and we are well on that incompressible fluid is nothing but if there is no change in the density of the fluid along the line of flow, then it is said to be incompressible. Otherwise, the fluid is said to be compressible. See spheros, incompressible fluid. If there is no change in the density of the fluid along the line of flow, the flow is said to be incompressible. Otherwise, the flow is said to be compressible. Okay spheros, and we are well on the definition of steady flow. Do you know what is steady flow? Yes. If the velocity of flow at each point in space remains constant with time, the flow is said to be steady flow. Okay, see here spheros, if the velocity of flow at each point in space remains constant with time, then the flow is said to be steady flow. Otherwise, the flow is said to be unsteady flow. Okay spheros, we already discussed statement and the keywords in Bernoulli's principle. Okay, let us learn proof of Bernoulli's principle. To prove Bernoulli principle, consider a non-viscous incompressible fluid flows steadily in a tube. Okay, see here friends. Okay, see here, this is tube in which a non-viscous incompressible fluid is flowing steadily, and let it be point number 1 and let it be point 2. The area of cross section of point at 1 is A1 and at 2 is A2, and it is the velocity of the fluid at point 1 is V1 and it is situated at height h1 from the earth's surface, and the velocity of the fluid at point 2 is V2. It is situated at height h2. h1 is greater than h2. See friends, this is tube in which a non-viscous incompressible fluid is flowing steadily. Let it be point 1. the area of cross section of point 1 be A1 and velocity of fluid at point 1 be V1 and it is situated at height h1. Similarly, this is point 2. The area of cross section of point 2 is A2 and velocity of the fluid at point 2 is V2 and it is situated at height h2. h1 is greater than h2. Okay friends. Okay friends, as the fluid is incompressible, the density of the fluid at point 1 and point 2 be same, say rho. Okay. According to equation of continuity, we know that A1 V1 is equals to A2 V2. Okay Spheros, in small time dt, the mass m of the fluid at point 1. At point 1, the mass m of the fluid is equals to rho 1 A1 V1 dt. Similarly, if we assume the pressure of the fluid at point 1 is P1, then we get the work done at point due to pressure difference can be written as work done W due to pressure difference. Rho, it can be written as P1 A1 V1 dt. Okay Spheros, at point 1 the mass of the fluid is rho 1 A1 V1 dt. Similarly, the work done due to pressure difference is equals to P1 A1 V1 dt. It is positive since the force and displacement are in the same directions. Okay Spheros. Similarly, at point 2, okay Spheros. Similarly, at point 2, can you guess what will be the mass of the fluid at point 2? Yes, exactly. Mass of the fluid at point 2 is rho 2 A2 V2 dt. Similarly, the work done due to pressure difference by the fluid at point 2 can be written as W rho. W rho is equals to P2 A2 V2 dt. It is negative since the force and displacement are in the opposite directions. Okay Spheros, the total work done by the fluid due to pressure difference can be written as W rho is equals to P1 A1 V1 dt minus P2 A2 V2 dt. Okay Spheros, let it be equation number 1. Here what we did? We did nothing but just we add the work done at point 1 due to pressure difference and at point 2 due to pressure difference, and we name the equation as equation number 1. What does equation number 1 represents? Yes, the total work done by the fluid due to pressure difference at point 1 and point 2 is represented by the equation number 1, and it can be read as W rho. It means work done due to pressure difference is equals to P1 A1 V1 dt minus P2 A2 V2 dt. Let it be equation number 1. Okay. Then the work done by on the fluid due to gravitational force. How can we written this equation? Yes, we can written this equation as work done due to gravitational force. Work done due to gravitational force is equals to m into h1 minus h2 into g. Let it be equation number 2. Spheros, here we take potential energy. Do you know what is the mathematical form of potential energy? Yes, the mathematical form of potential energy is mgh. Here we have two heights, height h1 and h2. So, we can written mgh as m into h1 minus h2 into g. Here the difference between height h1 and h2 is taken as h. Hence, we can write the work done due to gravitational force as m into h1 minus h2 into g. Let it be equation number 2. Okay. The total work done by the fluid due to both pressure difference and gravitational force. How can we written this equation? Yes, excellent, Sphero. By adding equation number 1 and 2, we can write the total work done by the fluid due to both pressure difference and gravitational force. Then W is equals to work done due to pressure difference plus work done due to gravitational force. If we add equation number 1 and 2, what we get? Yes, P1 A1 V1 dt minus P2 A2 V2 dt plus mh1g mh1g minus mh2g. Let it be equation number 3. Okay, see here, Spheros, what we did here? We add the work done by the fluid due to both pressure difference and gravitational force. Then we get an equation P1 A1 V1 dt minus P2 A2 V2 dt plus mh1g minus mh2g. Let it be equation number 3. Do you know what is the definition of work energy theorem? Yes, Spheros, you are so brilliant. I think you know that the definition of kinetic energy theorem is nothing but work energy theorem is nothing but the work done by the net force is equals to change in its kinetic energy. Okay, Spheros, let equate this equation number 3 with change in its kinetic energy. Then we get P1 A1 V1 dt minus P2 A2 V2 dt plus mh1g minus mh2g is equals to change in its kinetic energy. It is nothing but half m into v2 square minus v1 square. Okay, Spheros, let it be equation number 4. See here, what we get? P1 A1 V1 dt minus P2 A2 V2 dt plus mh1g minus mh2g is equals to half into m into v2 square minus v1 square. It is nothing but change in kinetic energy. And Spheros, we are well on that. What is the value of m at point 1 and 2? Can anybody say what is the value of m at point 1 and 2? Yes, very good. The mass of the fluid at point 1 is rho 1 A1 V1 dt. Similarly, at point 2 is rho 2 A2 V2 dt. Okay, Spheros, we have to divide the equation 4 with the values of m. Let us see what we get. By the value of m at point 1 is rho 1 A1 V1 dt and at point 2 is rho 2 A2 V2 dt, and here we can write the rho1 A1 V1 dt is equals to mass m. So, we can write m here, and here also we can write m. Then if we cancel both the same terms, similar terms, let us see what we get. These two terms will get cancelled. Similarly, these two terms will get cancelled. Here also same thing will happens. After dividing this, what equation we get? Okay, P1 by rho 1 minus P2 by rho 2 plus H1g minus H2g is equals to half V2 square minus V1 square. Okay, Sweros, we get this equation. By dividing the equation number 4 with value of mass, then we get P1 by rho 1 minus P2 by rho 2 plus H1g minus H2g is equals to half V2 square minus V1 square. Okay, Sweros, take all the positive terms aside and all the negative terms aside. Then we get P1 by rho 1 plus H1g plus half V1 square, and it is equals to P2 by rho 2 plus H2g plus half V2 square. Since friends, we already discussed that the fluid we taken is incompressible. Since for an incompressible fluid, the density of the fluid at every point is same. So, rho 1 is equals to rho 2 and it is equals to rho. Instead of rho 1 and rho 2, we can take the value of rho. Then we get what equation we get? P1 by rho plus H1g plus half V1 square is equals to P2 by rho 2 rho plus H2g plus half V2 square. This equation we get. Okay, friends, if we do LCM with the rho, what we get? P1 plus H1g plus half rho V square. What is it? It is Bernoulli's principle. Okay, see, Sweros, if we do LCM with rho, then we get P1 plus rho Hg1 plus half rho V1 square is equals to constant. It is nothing but Bernoulli's equation. Okay, Sweros, I hope you understood the derivation of Bernoulli's principle. To learn it detailedly, I want to show you some slides about this. Okay, see here, friends. See here, the work done by the fluid that enters the tube at that point is W equals to P1 A1 V1 dt. This work is positive because force and displacement are in the same direction. If we assume that the pressure at point 2 is P2, then the work done on the fluid at the point 2 is P2 A2 V2 dt, and the mass of the fluid at